The following is an exclusive presentation of Jesup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup. Good morning. The time now is 7:59. You're listening to the world famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear, by Murphy Builder Supply, also brought to you by the Wolf Animal Hospital and the Women's Health Center in downtown Jesup. And it's now time for the world famous Butch and Bob Show. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Doing good. Got your Wayne County colors on there. Black pullover sweatshirt with the big, what's that logo on there? Champions of something? Region champs?
Back to back.
Back-to-back region champs there, and the Wayne County cap on, all Wayne County this morning. Must have been the closest thing to your bed when you got up this morning, right?
It's comfortable.
It looks very comfortable. All right, we got several guests on this morning here on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, but as usual, we got Tuesdays with Tillery, State Senator Blake Tillery, live from Atlanta, Georgia. Bob, take over.
Yeah, Blake, always good to have you. Had Steven yesterday. He said the broadband is still the big item in Atlanta, so tell us what's going on in Atlanta.
Yeah, he's right on that part. You got the broadband stuff working on the House side. Some of it on the Senate side's already passed out. There's a few other things waiting to go. Today is the biggest thing on the agenda is health care. There will be 5 bills on the Senate floor today. All of them deal with health care, from telemedicine, really using innovative technology to make sure that we can save people money at the same time get them the care they need, to direct primary care, to allowing folks to just skip insurance altogether and go contract straight with a doctor. And then the big bill today will be the bill that I'm carrying. On behalf of Governor Kemp, the Patients First Act, it seeks to reform Medicare, it's Medicaid rather. Says, hey, look, this is a broken system. We don't want to put more people on it, but we do want to reform it, and look at ways to do that, whether those be work requirements, co-pays, encouragement to be involved in primary care, which is a lot cheaper than being involved in emergency room care. And also, not just looking at Medicaid, but looking at the costs that you and I and other people are paying on private health care insurance and seeing if we can't reduce those premiums. So it will be a full day, 5 bills on the floor in the Senate, all of them dealing with health care. That's on top of the 12 bills that were dropped yesterday in the Senate that we will start peeling through this morning. Me and Lieutenant Governor and 4 other senators will go over that this morning. It'll start about 8:30, and 9 bills that came over to the Senate from the House yesterday. So pretty full day.
And crossover day is right around the corner, is that correct?
Next Thursday will be crossover day, and for our listeners who don't know what that means, it's if a bill does not get out of one chamber before or by the end of crossover day, it is supposed to be dead. Now, there's other things that we can do to revive that, tag it on to other bills, but that bill number at least will be dead at least through this session. It can come back alive in next January.
Anything controversial coming up?
Today, you'll see that Patients First Act. I imagine it'll be controversial. I think you'll probably have a couple of hours debate on that. Some of the Democrats do not understand why we won't just expand Medicaid. Governor Kemp's been very clear that he doesn't think that we need to expand a broken system. That's on the Senate side. On the House side, you'll have another controversial measure, or what has become a controversial measure, concerning voting machines. We got to buy new voting machines. Y'all have heard that for the past 18 to 24 months. $150 million expenditure. And the question is, what do you do? Do you go to just a paper ballot? A lot of our elections officials have said, please don't do that. The intent of the voter becomes, you may say check this box or X this box. Sometimes people put a dot. Sometimes people circle a name. And if you do a handwritten ballot just like that, then there's a lot of fear you could end up in a Florida recount situation trying to figure out what the voter meant. Whereas if you use an electronic means to create a paper ballot that can be verified, that might be a safer way, and it might be limit litigation in the future.
And you mentioned the expense. Who picks up that tab? Is it going to be a state expenditure? Is it going to be a local expenditure? How's that work?
The governor right now has committed to the state picking up the tab for voting machines. He came from the Secretary of State's office, doesn't want to push that back down to local communities. I'm glad you brought that up, though, because it segues into another topic that I wrote about in a column. I don't know if our listeners were able to hear or to read that, but our state revenues are hitting a slide hard, down $300 million last month. The economy, while it's still chugging along well, we're starting to see a hiccup in our state revenues, which makes me a little concerned about what next month will show. The bright days where we've been able to plug money into teacher retirement, education, and other things, those look like they are grinding to a halt very soon. It's going to make us make some hard decisions in the coming months now, but particularly in next year's budget. Don't look forward to those days, but I understand that that's what we're sitting here to do, make sure that we balance the budget just like the families in Wayne County and Long County and Patton and Jeff Davis have to do.
We have a lot of teachers that listen. There's been talk about the teacher retirement. What I've read is they don't want to, if you're a retired teacher or you're a current teacher in the system, it's not going to affect you, but they want to address it because it's becoming a big budget issue. But they want to try to, for new teachers coming in, but educators say that's going to hurt recruitment of new teachers. So where do you stand on that? I know you discussed it several times here when facing issues and post-legislative luncheons.
That bill's in the House right now, so I can't speak about it specifically. I can tell you where I stand. Generally, though, I don't know the details of that House bill until it comes over to the Senate. We got so much over here, I try to wait till I see what I'm talking about before I talk about it. But generally, I understand what teachers are saying about recruitment, et cetera, but we're dealing with a new generation that values their free time more than they value their money. And that's how people, while I identify more with the generation above me, most of my generation, I'm 35 and younger, would rather have their free time than have cash. They're not going to stay at a job for 30 years, 35 years. That is something that we saw more with my generation and older. So I don't know that I buy into that answer about teacher recruitment and retirement. I think if we could take in and pay them more on the front end, that we would see more people enter into teaching. They may not stay as long, but that's the generation of society we're seeing right now. People are not staying at jobs for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. If they stay 3, it's a long time with the millennial and Gen X generation.
And you just joining us, got Tuesdays with Blake Tillery, State Senator from Atlanta, with us. I asked Stephen Meeks just, you see bits and pieces of stories. There's a story a couple of days ago about, the possibility of the state taking over the airport. I know there's a debate about that. Where do you stand on that?
Yeah, that's a bill that's in the Senate, so I can talk to you about that one. That was sponsored by Burt Jones. Burt's a close friend of mine here in the Senate. His basic comment was, look, we've got some issues that have gone over there. It's a big, huge asset for the state of Georgia, much like the ports of Brunswick and Savannah. And we've had some corruption issues there. We've had some issues with, looks like some infrastructure issues. If you may remember the fire last year that shut down the airport for a period of time. And Burt had every single Republican member of the Senate sign on to his bill, except for the floor leaders, except for me and Senator Brian Strickland, because we were meeting with the governor at the time, actually. So it's got a lot of juice. I think it'll make it out of the Senate. I don't know where it goes with the House. His ultimate goal, though, is I think is noble, is we've got to look for a second airport site. Hartsfield's huge. You see Dallas has 2 airports. New York has 3. Chicago has 2, L.A., et cetera. And if we can push that second airport site to a place like Macon, that benefits our area a ton. Imagine if we were shipping freight to Macon, what that 341 corridor is going to look like for warehousing and jobs. And that's what I'm thinking about.
And are there anything else coming up that we need to be made aware of?
I think we've covered it pretty well. I appreciate y'all giving me the time every week to talk about this. And as always, if anyone has any questions or concerns, y'all don't hesitate to call my cell phone. Or I'll be a little busy this morning presenting the governor's bill, but after that, I don't mind calling you back or shoot me an email, blake.tillery@senate.ga.gov. Always enjoy hearing from people back home.
Again, every week you meet with the governor. I asked Steve Meeks this yesterday. This is his first year as governor. Is there 1 or 2 pieces of legislation he's really looking to push and get passed?
Bill, the biggest one is the one I'm carrying for him today, the Patients First Act. He realizes that hardworking Georgians are spending 2 and 3 times their mortgage payment on health insurance costs. And that's just not sustainable. And we're hoping that by passing Senate Bill 106, getting it across the Senate and then across the House, that we can do something to address the cost of health care.
What would that bill, Blake, this is Butch, what will that bill do to help reduce the premiums for Georgians?
Yeah, thank you for asking. I tease me up for what I've got to present here in a couple of hours. Two things, and we're going to get into details, so y'all cut me off when you need to here. There's an 1115 waiver, Section 1115 of the Medicaid Act of 1965. It covers how the states have to implement Medicaid. If you want to waive any requirements of that, you have to petition the federal government to do so. If we can reform that with work requirements and copays, that's one side. But then for the folks making 100% of poverty level up, so majority of my district, the majority of your listeners, we have issues where they are buying health care, some of them through their employers, some of them on a health care exchange. And we've seen in Wayne County and Toombs County and Appleton County that we only have one provider left. It's Ambetter.
That's it.
I hadn't heard about them before before they were the last guy standing. And the cost of that health care insurance, just the premium, the monthly premium, is unsustainable a lot of times for a $5,000 deductible. So what we're hoping we can do with that, with the second part of 106, which is called a 1332 waiver, is use innovative procedures to move those who are the most sick, whether they have cancer, whether they're dealing with HIV, whether they're dealing with any other type of chronic disease. We can move them that costs a lot, move them into either a high-risk pool. It's an invisible pool. They don't see it happening. It's things that insurance companies do on the private market every day that government doesn't do. So either a high-risk pool or into some type of a reinsurance program. What that will allow us to do is to push more insurance providers into the individual market, so that in and of itself, that competition will drive down those monthly premiums. If you've only got one guy selling gas, he can sell it for whatever he wants. If you got 10 or 12, well, it's going to be a heck of a lot more competitive market out there.
Okay. Well, appreciate you enlightening our listeners on what the bill contains and how it will reduce insurance premiums here in the state of Georgia.
That's our goal, and we're thinking about it every day. And if anybody listening's got any ideas on that as well, please give me a call. I appreciate y'all giving me some time this morning on the show.
Always good talking to you. Look forward to talking to you next Tuesday.
Thanks, guys. Talk to y'all soon.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, State Senator Blake Tillery live from Atlanta, Georgia this morning, Tuesdays with Tillery. 11 minutes after 8 o'clock, Big Dog Country, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup. We got some guests out there in the green room. We'll have them on in just a moment.
Hi, good morning. Early clouds becoming more partly sunny. Southeast breeze 10 to 15, highs upper 60s. Cloudy 50% chance of showers mid 50s for tonight. Cloudy 50% chance of showers upper 60s tomorrow. Thursday, occasional showers. Slight chance of thunderstorms, high of 70. Friday, 50% chance of showers, slight chance of thunderstorms. Georgia meteorologist John Weatherby in the GNN Weather Center.
The defending National League East champions.
The Atlanta Braves are National League East champions.
The manager of the year, alongside the National League Rookie of the Year.
It's gone for Ronald Acuna.
2019 is going to be epic. Atlanta Braves spring training is here, and the Braves Radio Network will bring you live updates and reports from Orlando, along with every pitch of Braves spring training baseball.
And the Braves reclaim the lead.
This is your home for Atlanta Braves baseball, the Braves Radio Network.
Okay, time to get back on the air. Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup. We continue on with the world-famous Butch and Bob Show. And we've got in the studio with us this morning Colby Harris from Harris Ace Hardware. Good morning, Colby.
Good morning, Butch.
And introduce your guest here with you.
We got Dennis Dowdy and Tara Duncan.
Okay.
And we're here talking about the Gobbler Fest this year we got going on.
Gobbler Fest?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what is a Gobbler Fest?
It's a all-season-long turkey tournament that we put on last year. This is our second year we're doing it, and all the proceeds benefit the Outdoor Dream Foundation, and that's kind of the backbone of this tournament, that we're kind of the foundation that we're donating all the proceeds to.
Okay.
So we had 83 three-man teams last year get in it. We raised $12,000 for the foundation our first year. So.
And what does the foundation do with that money?
Basically, what they do is they take kids 21 and under who face some life challenges that all they want to do is go hunting, and they make it happen. And it's 100% volunteer driven. They work off of donations, and they have travel expense, lodging and stuff they have to kind of accommodate on these trips. So That's pretty much what they do. They hunt all over the country. To this date, they've had over 400 trips that they put on, and probably 500 to 600 mentoring trips. And what we're doing this year is the day after the kickoff for youth opener, we have some kids coming in from the foundation that we're going to take turkey hunting here in South Georgia, in Wayne, Long, and Tattnall County. So those are considered mentoring trips. And Tracy Brown has been doing that here in Wayne County for probably the last 5 or 6 years.
Okay. What gave you the decision to be involved with this, to help with this the charity program?
It just kind of got laid out for us, to really no effort on our own. But we had been talking about putting a turkey tournament together for years, last 5 or 6 years, and last year we decided to do it. And next thing you know, we had $4,000 or $5,000 in the pot, and we were doing it for bragging rights. And Dennis spoke up and said, "Hey, we don't really need the money. We're doing it for bragging rights amongst buddies, So I had just ate breakfast with Tracy at the FCA fundraiser that Dylan Brown puts on probably 3 weeks prior. And Tracy told me what he was doing out there at Johnny Harris's place, taking those kids hunting. So it kind of all led it back to Tracy.
That way.
Yep, it led that way, and it all kind of laid itself out for us.
Well, good. It's good that Harris takes a step forward to help out with this program. And once again, introduce yourself, please.
I'm Tara Duncan.
Tara Duncan, and what is your involvement with this?
Well, I'm the office manager at ACE, and we've just all kind of teamed up because we're a family business, and we jumped in to help as much as possible. We're kind of, some of the office staff are in the committee are getting together, dates, times, donations, contributions, anything we can do for door prizes. If anyone would like to help, they can reach out to me at the hardware store, Colby. We're going to do the kickoff banquet March 15th at the Forest Pond Lodge at 7 o'clock. And the Forest Pond Lodge has been so gracious to donate their facility for us.
And what will people do at the kickoff banquet?
Well, last year we did an appreciation supper at the end of the season. This year it's going to be more to get the season started. We're going to have a live auction with numerous trips. We've already had some trips donated. One major trip that we have is out in Osage County, Oklahoma, and it's fully inclusive. They're paying for airfare and nope, I'm sorry. I thought they were. But anyway, we have several other ones. The Dorchester quail hunt, it says 2-man duck hunting trip to Arkansas donated by the Anderson Timber Company, and sporting clays for 4 with dinner and lodging donated by the Mossy Pond Retrievers. And we have several other people that have stepped in. Paul Durham donating turkey calls. The Rusty Pig is donating all the food.
Okay.
We've had a wondrous, a tremendous amount of people just donate and help and their time and everything. So
And that's one good thing about this community, Colby, is people do step forward to help with causes, with individuals, and if something comes up, people step forward in this community, don't they, Colby?
You're exactly right. And this is one of those events that's kind of opened our eyes. I mean, we hadn't really had to go out and ask too many people. I mean, they find out about what we're doing and what the cause is and where the money goes, and they're willing to help. I mean, we've had a handful of landowners, that don't really give permission for people to go turkey hunt. Say, hey, you can bring a kid to my place, and it's loaded with birds to make it easy for us to get a kill for one of these kids when they come see us. So we've been very blessed, and we got a list of sponsors who's helped us so much this year get things going. Forest Pond Lodge, Rusty Pig, Woody Folsom, Diversified Dock Builders, Evans Concrete, Taylor's Creek Construction, CA Timber Company, Baldino's, McCreary Pressure Washing, Starland Land Clearing, Flemington Village in Hinesville, Handyman Contracting, Britches and Bows, Beasley Group, Will Mabin Custom Knives, Outlaw Power Sports, Tootle Spreader Services, Mr. Cash Pawn Shops, Knee-High Landscaping, DTS, Nick Harris, Harris Real Estate, and
Harrison Real Estate.
Harrison Real Estate, yes, sir. And we got several businesses from Statesboro all the way down to Brunswick that's going to score birds. So it's all season long. And
so the event goes all season long.
All season long.
And that
yes,
starts
sir.
and ends when?
It starts March 16th for youth opener, and then the regular season starts the 22nd or 23rd, I believe, and it runs to May 15th.
Okay.
So you get 3 birds per person by law, by the state of law. So we'll take your top 2 scoring birds based off the NWTF scoring guide,
okay,
and we'll aggregate those together for your total team score. So you got 3 people on a team. It's $75, so it's $25 a person.
Okay.
And the scoring sites will be there to take your birds. So, we got all of the Harris Ace location, Anderson's General Store in Statesboro, Fordham's Outdoors in Metter, Woody Folsom in Baxley, Jot 'em Down Outdoors in Blackshear, the Supply Company in Glenville, Southern Hardware in Ludowici, Coastal Outdoors in Brunswick, and Robert Milling Company over in Pearson, Georgia, and McCord's Gun and Bow up in Higston in Toombs County.
Okay, that's where they can be scored?
Yeah, it can be scored at any of those places, and all you got to do is just pop in there. They'll score your bird, take your picture, and send it to us. We'll put it on a spreadsheet and update it on the social media sites we got.
Okay, what do the top teams win?
First place for the team score is $1,500 cash. Second place is $600 cash. Third place is $300. And then we have 3 separate cash pots. The top lady score on single bird will be $200. The top youth bird will be $200, and the multiple bearded pot will be $200. So.
Okay, and you have all this going on, but the proceeds from this goes to
Outdoor Dream.
Outdoor Dream.
Every penny.
Outdoor Dream, which is a national fundraiser. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
To help these children with challenges go hunting, correct?
Absolutely. And
right.
They're on the Pursuit channel, outdoor channel.
Okay.
So they run several TV shows. So they're pretty large. So we're just trying to help them as much as we can.
It's got the line in here. It says under Outdoor Dream Foundation, to date over 400 wish trips have been granted. Not to mention the mentor trips like the turkey hunts Tracy Brown has been doing, which led us to the Outdoor Dream Foundation. So as you mentioned, Attorney Tracy Brown kind of has been involved with this, and now y'all involved with it to help the Outdoor Dream Foundation so these children can do their dream of go out and hunting.
That's it. Exactly right. And we set up the Harris Ace Gobbler Fest when you put in your entries as a 501c3 nonprofit. So any team entry, any sponsorship, you'll get a receipt at the end of the season for charitable contributions.
Okay. And once again, the kickoff banquet is going to be on March 15th. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
March 15th. And that just kind of gets everything together to start off with. But, on the kickoff banquet that you're going to have on March 15th, there's a lot of things going on that evening.
There is, yep. It's team members get in with their membership. All kids get in free. Anybody else who wants to attend, it's just $10 to get in, and that puts you into a raffle to win one of the trips we got. So whether you go or not, if you want to just spend $10 just to buy a ticket to possibly win a trip or donate to a good cause, you can, and those are sold at Harris Ace at the front counter.
Okay. Well, your partner here to your right has been quiet. You want to move the mic around to him there and let him, just a little closer, get close to it. There you go. Introduce yourself once again.
I'm Dennis Dowdy.
Dennis Dowdy, and how's your involvement with this, Dennis?
Well, like Colby said, we talked about it, and I kind of told him about, a little thing that we do as a fishing tournament. We help kids at Shelby Bluff. It's called the Broken Hearted Tournament. It's churches from Glenville, Statesboro, Reedsville, Shelby Bluff. And for the last probably 8 years, we've been doing a tournament that's totally donations. Everything we get, we save, put up in a pot, and we split them up between the churches, and we go buy kids Christmases.
Oh, okay.
Maybe 4 different families per church. Every year we raise around $15,000. Anyway, so when Colby came up with this, I was like, maybe we could do something like this because there's nothing better than helping kids. So that's kind of where we started at, and it's just took off from there.
Okay, and what will y'all be doing with the American Dream, the fundraiser here with the Gobbler Fest, helping Harris Ace out with this event?
Well, the main thing, I mean, I just help Colby getting money, and stuff like that. The actual broken hearted doesn't, we're not involved in it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you're just out there helping Colby, huh?
I'm just helping Colby get money, and the main thing is you getting sponsors and stuff like that. But then also, I'll be taking a kid hunting Saturday morning, which I'm really looking forward to that too.
Well, good. Well, glad that you're doing that and step forward and helping out with that. How'd you find out about it?
The Outdoor Dream.
Yeah, with what Harris Ace is doing with the Outdoor Dream.
Me and Colby talking on the phone one evening, just talking about doing a turkey hunt.
Oh, okay.
And then, like I said, the next day he talked to Tracy. We ate lunch the next week, and it was on.
And it was on.
That was it. Yep.
And Colby said, "Will you help me out?" And you said, "Yes."
Absolutely.
And next thing you know, you're helping Colby.
Yes, sir.
Going out there and helping get the sponsors and get everything organized. And of course, it looks like your staff is also helping you, Colby, right?
Absolutely. Everybody at the company's helping, and with the success we had last year, we decided as a company the night we finished the appreciation that this was something we're going to try to put on every year. I mean, we just, it tugs at our heart, and it's for a good cause.
This is a great,
love it.
Yeah. And once again, folks, the kickoff banquet's going to be on March 15th, and that event place is where?
Forest Pond Lodge in Ludowici, Georgia.
Okay. And anybody can come to it, whether you participate in the turkey hunt or not, right?
Absolutely. Anybody can come, so more the merrier.
Okay. Now, people are listening. They heard about it. How do they get involved? What's the next step if they say, yeah, I'd like to find out more information, or I'd really like to be part of this turkey hunt and help raise funds for this American Dream Foundation, plus have a chance to win cash money for getting the best birds?
Yep, the Outdoor Dream has a wonderful website online, and if they want to find out more about it, they can reach out to them. If they have a kid who may be interested in going on a dream hunt or a mentoring hunt, if it's anybody in our area, all they have to do is notify the Outdoor Dream and just tell them they're near us. They'll reach out to me, and we'll take them hunting. We're just doing turkey hunts now, but if they call and want to go do something different, we'll accommodate them. We hunt all the time, and that's kind of something that I have personally taken for granted until I found out about this foundation, and that's something that I don't mind contributing to. But if they want to get in the tournament, they can see any of the score sites, go by any of the score sites, fill out the flyer, write a check, leave the check there. I'll pick up the money, get them signed up, and reach out to each team captain. So.
Okay, you can go to the Outdoor Dream Foundation's website and get information from there. Plus, you can go to all the score sites, and once again, those score sites are Harris Ace Hardware, all locations: Jesup, Hinesville, Yalonia, Anderson General Store in Statesboro, Fordham's Outdoors in Metter, Woody Folsom in Baxley, Jotham Down Outdoors in Blackshear, the Supply Company in Glenville, Southern Hardware in Ludowici, Coastal Outdoors in Brunswick, Robert Milling Company in Pearson, and McCord's Gun and Bow in Hickston. Fill out the forms to get involved, right?
Yep, $75 per team, so that's $25 a head. So it's
three people per team.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and if you just want to go to the banquet without participating in the hunting, it's just $10. And I guess you just show up, or you have to make reservations for food?
You can show up, or you can buy tickets at the store. We sell tickets at the front counter at all Harris Ace locations. And buy a ticket. Like I said, if you don't want to go and just contribute, you can buy a ticket, and it'll put you into a drawing for a free trip. So nobody outside of that raffle will be in that drawing for the trip. It's simply those raffle tickets. So.
Okay. Now, folks, if you are listening or watching, because we do have it on video. If you want to see or hear the podcast, yeah, we do. Say, you're right up there. Yes, sir. We have a podcast that will be on there on our website, bigdogcountry.com, bigdogcountry.com. Just click on the B&B show. Go to archive. You can click on today's show to get the information if you happen to miss it. Yeah, go ahead.
One more thing.
Go ahead, Dennis.
We'd like everybody to sign up, that night before we're at the kickoff thing. But if you want to get in the tournament, we don't turn anybody away till the day before the season starts, which is on the 22nd, that Friday. Last year, we had a lot of people sign up the last day, that Friday.
Well, people around here are known to be getting some last minute.
It would be nice to, know if you're coming, because we do have to let Rusty Pig know, how much food we're going to need and stuff like that. So, but if not, we have more, it's fine. If we don't have enough, I guess we'll figure that
out. Bob, any questions or comments for our guest this morning here on this fundraiser?
Sounds like a great event. I just think Harris Ace Hardware, they've been a sponsor of sports for eons. I tell Tim all the time, we appreciate it. I mean, S&R Men's Shop had it for years, and then they left. We had to find a new sponsor for sports, and Harris Ace Hardware has been sponsoring sports for
a long time. Yeah, our 740, 745 sportscast that S&R Men's Shop had sponsored for
20-some years.
More than that. For a long time. I remember when they were closing up, I got a call from Kobe's dad. I got from Tim. Butch, we'd like to sponsor that once S&R closes up.
They've been on ever since.
They've been on ever since.
We appreciate
Plus other things they've been doing. But this is a great event, just a super that Harris Ace is stepping forward to help with this fundraising event for the Outdoor Dream Foundation to help some kids go out there and go hunting. Of course, for the listener out there, the viewer out there, what it means for you is not only do you have a chance for a fundraiser here to help raise funds for these kids, but you've also got the chance to win some good money, right?
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
And it's feel good two ways. Maybe win a lot of money and also help out some kids.
Yes, sir.
All right. Anything else this morning, Colby?
I'd like to thank Tracy Brown and Mr. Stan Elrod with the Department of Natural Resources here in Georgia. And everybody who did not come to the radio this morning, who's behind the scenes, working diligently, helping with this and put this on, and the good Lord for leading us down this path. Thank you.
All right. Well, good luck with it all.
Yes, sir.
And really like to have a follow-up afterwards and see how it went. Okay?
Absolutely.
All right. Y'all take care and have a great day.
Thank you.
All right. Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO, 105.5 FM in Jesup. It is 8:30. And the world-famous Butch and Bob Show has been brought to you by Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear, by the Wolf Animal Hospital located on West Cherry Street in Jesup, by Murphy Builder Supply located Northeast Broad Street in downtown Jesup, and the Women's Health.
The world famous Butch and Bob Show.